No laughing in the courtroom. Have some decorum here.
No fun in the courtroom.
Welcome to The Ball is in your court, and you guys are actually in my court, and there will be no favoritism here. I've known Steve since we both had darker hair, and I barely know you because I just asked you how to pronounce your name, whether it's Xavier or Xavier. That does not mean you will have the edge, as most people will think. We're going to play it fair and square right here. Okay.
Appreciate that, Your Honor.
All right, so 3 topics we will up for debate. Topic number 1. Is it possible for the Padres to catch the Dodgers for the NL West title? Steve, you go first.
So the Padres made some really nice moves at the deadline. But the reality is the Dodgers made good moves. It was just their unhealthy players coming back and getting healthy. They made all their moves in the offseason last year. They spent all their money in the offseason last year. And I look at this, think right now, 3 games, too much for the Padres to make up. Snell back, Glasnow back, Kershaw throwing a shutout the other day, or 6 shutout innings. Yamamoto shutting out yesterday. This Dodgers team has all their healthy players coming back. The bullpen getting healthy now, Trinan as well. The offense is better for the Dodgers than it is for the Padres. You know, Your Honor, the Padres are ranked 29th in home runs this year. They have the second fewest home runs in baseball this year. And look, Laureano and Hearn are good, but they're not power hitters. The Dodgers have the better offense, the better starting pitching, and the bullpen's coming back healthy right now. So the Dodgers have the edge. The Padres aren't catching them. And they have the thing over the Padres, like the Braves had over my Mets team. The Padres don't know how to beat the Dodgers, Your Honor.
Your Honor, there's something wrong with Steve Phillips because I think the problem is he doesn't understand how the Padres have now shortened the game, bringing Mason Miller over to this team. I could care less about, the Dodgers as far as how dominant they've been. This is a different season. When I think about the Padres being 3 games back, now you have Mason Miller into the fold. Robert Suarez is still on this team, by the way. Now you shorten these games for the starting pitchers, not to mention Dylan Cease, a great start last time out. Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado swinging the bat very well. I think the one thing I look at is this is a team that now doesn't need to depend on starting pitching like the Dodgers do. You mentioned Blake Snell coming back, Clayton Kershaw. We don't know how healthy they will be. Honestly, if you go down, we still have 2 more months of the season. I can't count on starting pitching for the Dodgers to stay healthy. Same thing goes for Tyler Glasnow. What we see now, this Dodgers roster, we don't know that it'll be the same for them down the stretch going into the postseason. I think that's where I give the edge to the Padres because they've been able to stay healthy. They went out and now can close the game, make it shorter. This Padres team is a team that I wouldn't count out to win this division.
You know, he is from San Diego.
Hey, there's no extra words. What are you doing?
No, you're right.
He already hit the thing.
I mean, that's an excellent point there. I mean, Steve, you'll argue anything. The key word here is possible. Is it possible? Of course it's possible, right?
I mean, yeah, Your Honor. I mean, but we're
can't really overcome that word.
Here.
So, Xavier, I'm pronouncing it correctly now.
Thank you.
You get that one. All right. Which team most needed to do more at the deadline? X-Man.
Oh, man. The team that needed to do more at the deadline, to me, was the Red Sox. This is a team that's in a position now to really, possibly win this division. They only went out and got 2 pitchers, one being Dustin May towards the back end of this rotation. If they were able to go out and get another hitter that supported the middle of this order, remember, you don't have Rafael Devers anymore. You don't have Tristan Casas. To me, that was the area in which they needed to do something. I don't know if it's bring over Eugenio Suarez to this team, even Josh Naylor. Just looking at the D-backs, they could have looked over there. I don't think they ultimately did enough to support this team in the AL East. Remember, this is the toughest division in baseball, too. So are you a Red Sox fan that's okay with just getting in at this point? Or are you trying to take down the Yankees, take down the Blue Jays, and especially a weaker division in the Central and the West? To me, they didn't do enough. I'm a little disappointed in what the Red Sox did.
I don't love what they did. However, I don't know that doing more would have answered anything. They've actually won every game since the trade deadline. They're now ahead of the Yankees in the standings. They're closing the gap on the Toronto Blue Jays. And there's something about this young team that I don't know that they believe they need more. I think they're thriving as they are. The team, for me, is the Cubs. The Cubs against the Brewers have sort of dominated them. They've separated from them. I think the Cubs needed to get another starting pitcher. I would have loved a legitimate back end of the game closer for them and move up their closer now earlier in the game. I just think that overall, and a third baseman would have been nice for them too. They've got the 2nd worst production out of third base of any team in baseball. And so I think that they had some key areas that they should address. And I think the sense of urgency in Chicago is more significant than the sense of urgency in Boston right now. The Cubs, it's been a while. They need to get back on track and get back to the playoffs.
Excellent arguments, and I like the fact you attacked his position as well, which was not a bad choice. I actually think that wasn't a bad choice. But Steve, you'll get that one. It's one apiece.
When the graphic came up, did you slip him a $5 bill or something?
Never. I would never do such a thing.
I could have sworn I saw
I'm not
20.
No. I'm not that cheap. I would take 100 at least. All right. Who should start Game 1 of the postseason series for the Phillies? Steve, you go first.
All right, so I know the obvious answer. Everyone's saying, it's Zach Wheeler because he's experiencing health. Well, their best pitcher right now is a young left-hander who went out and dominated yesterday the Detroit Tigers, who might be a World Series matchup. Christopher Sanchez is the best starting pitcher right now for the Philadelphia Phillies. And so for me, he gets Game 1. And then Joe Torre used to talk about how Game 2, how important that was. Throw Zach Wheeler in that one. But give me Sanchez Game 1 to get off to a good start.
I need experience. Sanchez only has about 7 postseason innings. I look at Wheeler has been dominant not only during the regular season, but also during the postseason, 2.18 ERA. Give me the guy that has the experience, that understands how to go up against every single team, the one that's not just having a good stretch at the moment, but one that's shown us that he can dominate year after year after year. Give me Zach Wheeler to start Game 1 and get the job done. When there's pressure, to me, it's this guy. He's got the full arsenal. I understand Sanchez has done a good job as of recent, but I need a guy that has shown me over time that he can be one of the most dominating pitchers in all of Major League Baseball.
I want the guy this season.
Wait. What do you do?
17 starts of 2 runs or less allowed this year.
You can't interrupt.
No, it's my court. He's allowed.
He can just interrupt?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Why would you argue with your honor?
So Sanchez is on an absolute great stretch, but we all know baseball is different in the postseason. I need the guy that's been there, done that multiple times, and can give me the start.
Excellent points, but I'm going to have to give that one to Steve on the recency bias that I have. I'm going to say Christopher Sanchez is the guy to start Game 1.
Thank you very much.
This is rigged.